Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is Jason over at Addicted Political Connection. This is going to be my first video. So if you will, please subscribe. I will start to put out videos regularly. Something that I just saw today is on the federal court gutting rules concerning net neutrality. And I'm going to have a link in the description here. I'm going to read directly from Wire.com and their article. And so part of their article goes as follows. The 3-0 decision by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit gets much of 2010 Federal Communications Commission's order in a challenge brought by Verizon. The nation's #1 mobile provider successfully argued that the regulatory agency overstepped its authority because it issues the rules in 2010 without classifying broadband providers as common carriers, like rank-and-file telcos. Now I'm going to go on to tell you what rules were negated and what all this could mean. Okay, number 1. Wireline or fixed broadband providers may not block lawful content, applications, services, or non-harmful devices. Mobile broadband providers may not block lawful websites or block applications that compete with their voice or video telephony services. Now, again, this is a rule that's been negated. Okay, now keep this in mind. Next, fixed broadband providers may not unreasonably discriminate in transmitting lawful network traffic. That rule, however, does apply to wireless services. Okay. Now it continues on. FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler is mulling whether to continue the litigation. His options include asking the court to rehear it with the same 3 judges or with a larger, I'm going to pronounce this, en banc panel, or going directly to the Supreme Court. Now, Chairman Tom Wheeler goes on to state, "We will consider all available options, including those who appeal, to ensure that these networks on which the Internet depends continue to provide a free and open platform for innovation and expression that operate in the interest of all Americans." Okay. Now, the article goes on to say that if the decision stands, broadband providers are likely to implement pay-to-play plans like the one AT&T announced last week. Plans that may said violated at a minimum the spirit of net neutrality. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that's talking about. I'm going to have to go back and look that up. But the general understanding, just to kind of clarify, it simply means that now Verizon, the cell phone company, has argued successfully that they went to the court of appeals, and they obviously got the court of appeals to remove certain rules that were essential to net neutrality. What's basically going to happen is that internet providers will be able to monitor what it is that you're able to view. What information you desire to view and what information you desire to send out. Also, companies will also be able to force you to pay for you to view certain websites. They may say, okay, if you want to view this set of websites, like say for instance YouTube, we're gonna go with YouTube and Netflix and what have you. Then they say, okay, if you want to view these packages, then on top of you having to pay $40 a month just to access the internet, now you're going to have to pay an additional $30 a month to view these websites. And these are the rights that the Court of Appeals are giving to corporations now. I'm going to have another link in the description just so that you all, just so that you know, I can give you an idea of what a corporation is. And I get this definition from Robert Kiyosaki. A lot of you should know him. He's the person that wrote the Rich Dad Poor Dad series. And in the first book that he wrote, and I remember this when he said that corporations is not a person or a group of people. All a corporation is either a sheet of paper or a set of documents that is sitting up in a lawyer's office. You all have to understand that they're giving rights to sheets of paper above flesh and blood human beings. Above flesh and blood human beings. I just started a petition. A lot of you may not know. But hopefully, I'm going to share this online through Facebook, through some of the groups that I've already joined. For some of you that do not know, I also have another channel that's called Addicted Gamers Connection. This can affect it, because they can come back and say, okay, on top of the internet service that we provide, if you want to say use Xbox Live, you're going to have to pay an additional amount. Okay, I'm going to go through all these groups and put a link in the description for a petition to have these rules upheld, to remove those restrictions. To remove those restrictions. These companies should not have the rights that they're being allotted to them. A lot of you people do not understand. Yes, corporations have a lot of money, but that is only because essentially we're giving it to them because we are not paying attention to how they're receiving this money. Basically, they're receiving free tax money. They're receiving free tax money in order to expand their own business base, to expand it. They're doing it off of tax money, tax dollars. That means they're doing it off of our money. And then they're turning right back around and trying to dictate to us how we get to spend our own time online and do other things as well. This has got to stop. Now, I know I put out a petition, but there has to be some action that we need to take. We have to find some action that we need to take because these are services that we all depend on. We all depend on these services. Just to receive the news, the weather, entertainment and what have you. It should be our business as to what we decide to go online and view. It should be our business to go online and see and be able to send out what information we choose to. That should be our business. That should not be something that these corporations get to dictate. But yet with this ruling, they have the right to do so. Now, I'm going to tell you people, it is up to us. The main reason why that I've created Addicted Political Connection is to try and incite change. And I'm going to be talking about issues that affects everyone, not just liberals, not just conservatives, but everyone, because we are all human beings, and we have to share this country together. And we all, again, this being one example, online services is something that we all have to share together, and it impacts us equally. Now, a lot of these politicians come out, and especially these right-wing politicians want to come out and talk about, they're against communism and what have you, but they're doing the same thing that countries like China are doing and North Korea, only that the government themselves are not doing it. They're giving these rights and privileges to corporations. There's a problem. There is a real problem. And I believe that we all have to understand what's going on. Educate ourselves. Try our best to put aside our differences and what our preconceived notions are, and understand what it is that's really happening and take action. Because if we do not, I'm telling you right now, you think that America is the land of the free. It is not happening. And these BS politicians who are coming along and saying that government is the problem. No, government is not the problem. It is the wrong people that are in office that is the problem. But what is so sad is that we have the ability to change it. But it is on us. This is a rally call. I know I'm just one person, but I'm going to try my best to rally everybody so that we can actually cause change and let these people know that, yeah, we give you the right to make these decisions, but if we don't like it, then we got to boot you up out of there. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. This is going on too long. This is going on entirely too long. If they can give these corporations these many rights, then we have the right to demand all the rights that we have in order to be able to live comfortably in this nation, because we have a right to. Americans work hard. We don't have anything handed to us, nor do we ask for anything to be handed to us. But yet we find it harder and harder to live in this nation. We find it harder and harder to pay for our mortgages, to pay for our transportation. It costs us too much to go to work. We better rally, and we better do it now. Otherwise, we're done. America is going to become a joke, an absolute joke. And you might as well just count yourselves as sheep. And if you're going to allow yourself to be sheep, then you have absolutely no right to complain. This is Jason over at Addicted Political Connection. You have a wonderful day.